interruptions, explosions. Not deterred. The journey continued. It continues. PTV Sports. Making the difference.
Sana Mir. Sana Mir is inarguably Pakistan's best woman cricketer. She has captained Pakistan in one-day internationals and T20 internationals. In October 2018, she became the first Pakistani woman cricketer to rank number 1 in ICC one-day international bowler ranking. She has captained Pakistan to 2 gold medals in Asian Games in 2010 and 2014. She was announced player of the tournament at the 2008 Women's Cricket World Cup qualifier and currently ranks first in the women's one-day international bowlers in the ICC player rank. She has been in top 20 ICC ranking for the last 9 years. During her captaincy, 8 players from Pakistan have made their way into the top 20 ICC ranking. In February 2017, during the 2017 Women's Cricket World Cup qualifier, she has become the first Pakistani woman taking 100 wickets in women's one-day international. Best sportswoman, Purvasha Bashir. Purvasha Bashir is a badminton player from Pakistan. Purvasha was crowned as the national champion in 2009, winning the women's single and doubles title. She won the bronze medal at the 2010 South Asian Games held in Dhaka. Bashir has represented her country at 2014 Asian Games, 2014 and 2018 Commonwealth Games. Kiran Khan. Kiran Khan is an Olympic swimmer and one of the first international female swimmers for Pakistan. She first came to national attention at the 28th Pakistan National Games in 2001, where she won 7 gold medals, 3 silver medals and 3 bronze medals. Naseem Hameed. Naseem Hameed at one time was the fastest woman in South Asia, winning a gold medallion in the 100 meters at the 2010 South Asian Games in Dhaka. Naseem's consistent performance earned her a place to represent Pakistan in 2010 SAF Games in Dhaka, where she won the coveted gold in 100 meter, clocking at 11.81, gaining the title of fastest woman in South Asia and emerged as the queen of the track. Best sportswoman, Maria Turpaki. Maria Turpaki Wazir is a professional Pakistani squash player. She became the first tribal Pakistani girl in international squash tournaments, turning professional in 2006. In August 2007, the President of Pakistan bestowed the Salam Pakistan Award upon her. In 2009, she won 3rd place in the World Junior Women's Squash Championship. In 2011, she arrived in Toronto, Ontario, Canada to train with Jonathan Powell. Shabana Akhtar. Shabana Akhtar is an Olympic athlete from Pakistan. She became Pakistan's first woman to compete at the Olympics when she took part in the women's long jump at Atlanta in 1996. She is a 42-time Pakistan national champion, having won 100 meters and 200 meter sprints from 1989 to 1998, and from 1992 to 1998 the 400 meters, long jump, 4 times 100 meters relay and 4 times 400 meters relay.
Hi, I'm Ultimus Jiva. Me and my team from Karachi will bring you up to date from the world of football. Matches, player transfers, gossips, injuries and also a special spotlight on the local talents in football in Pakistan. Don't forget to watch every week only on PTV Sports. Take over.
Game on है.
first test match in this 2-match series. The host Pakistan taking on the Bangladesh Tigers. We're in Rawalpindi here on day one. The extended longer first session because of Friday prayers. And Shaheen Afridi, he's got 2 of the 3 to fall so far. And he's one of the go-to men very early on. In fact, just the second ball, the debutant, out for Silver Duck for Hussain. Fortunate for him. And then this was referred to Mim. Just a little crunch forward. I just wondered whether it pitched on, and Hawkeye confirmed it did. And it did straighten a bit off the seam. It came back rather than went away. So Nigel Long had to change his decision. Ray Erasmus upstairs confirmed that and said, you've got to go to Mim. And then, yep, the skipper. He'd been so patient, so watchful, that he wanted to get on with things and didn't quite get across enough. And that length, it was that lovely length, a little bit wider, dragged him into it. And the skipper, he obliged by just getting a faint tickle through to Rizwan. And it meant that long, good partnership, that good stay together with Nazmal came to an end. Skipper getting into the 30s and not going on. Nazmal's got to 44 and he's got an ally in Muhammadullah out there. Bowling, yeah, it's been useful. I think they'd love to have had a few more wickets, sure. I think ideally 4 in that long extended first session of 2.5 hours. I mentioned Friday prayers, so dearly love to have got a 4th. Wasn't to be, and it's 95 for 3. And they've been fighting back here. Attar Ali Khan, yeah, sure, they'd like to have been only 2 down, but given that they were 2 down for just 3 on the board, it was a good little fight back.
Yeah, that partnership between Momin ul Haq and Nazmul and Shanto added 58. And it looked like that they would have stayed unbeaten up until that shot that we saw a little while earlier where Momin ul Haq chased a wide delivery. You remember in the previous over from the same bowler, he smacked 2 boundaries, just getting into a frame of mind that he was among the runs, but he's been very impressive. Nazmul Shanto took his time to set in. He was just struggling initially, and you can expect that, especially on a surface where you have world-class bowlers and the pitch in favour with a bit of a green tinge at the top. You would expect the bowlers to exploit these conditions. They did that exactly when they picked up those 2 early wickets. Mohammad Abbas straight into the attack after lunch. And look at his figures. Brilliant, isn't it? 1 for 7. Does not give anything away. And he just moves the ball just enough to go past the bat, and at times he will pick up an edge. We'll be hoping that he can pick up an early wicket here.
Yes, 1 for 7 from 10, but it's the 6 maidens. It's what it's all about from Mohammad Abbas. Once again, he asks questions. He's there and thereabouts all the time. I mentioned back in December against Sri Lanka touring here, love him still just to be maybe 3 or 4 Ks quicker, just enough, a little bit of extra zip. But of course, this man bowls a mountain of overs and does this fine job from one end, there and thereabouts. Blocks it up, creates pressure with those maidens. It allows Shaheen and Naseem and Co to get amongst the wickets.
It's a good combination for Pakistan, having someone like Mohammad Abbas just containing the batsman from one end, and then you have the paceman from the other end who can bowl with lively pace. He creates the pressure, make no mistake, Mohammad Abbas. He's at you all the time. He's making the batsman play each and every delivery. And once he gets it in the right spots and just enough movement, because he wants that batsman to edge it to the keeper or to the slip scorer. That's why it's a strong settings there in that position. 2 slips and a gully in place. And there's a one a drive, that up-pitch drive at short cover, a lot straighter. There is a mid-off also cover in place point. It's a very strong offside field. It's coming round the wicket to the left-hander. And he's negotiated Mohammad Abbas pretty nicely here throughout the innings so far. Nazmul Hussain. And it's the change of approach which has been a breath of fresh air for Bangladesh. To see someone so young adapting to the conditions, changing his approach and batting for the longer period of time. You mentioned about the extended first session.
Yes, our stats guru, which Lockwood's mentioning. Yeah, he's only played 3, isn't he? 3 test matches, and he's a man so young. He's been a little in and out. I think of all the white ball cricket a modern player does get exposed to or is involved with. So he's got a bit of work to do for sure. He's only 21. And there's that wider one. There's the sucker punch again. We've seen it before. He drags you wider because you get all the straight stuff to block, and then your eyes light up. But it is again straight after another break. We've had lunch, now we've got a wicket here.
Well, Bangladesh trouble, it's a poor shot. I've got to give credit to the bowler, forcing the batsman to attempt to play that cut. Never in a position he's stuck in his crease. And in the end, it's a straightforward chance, and he'll be very disappointed. He is. Nazmul Hussain has thrown away a really good start here. Getting dismissed in the very first over after lunch. Gone for 44. 95 for 4.
Orient नैनो इन्वर्टर रेफ्रिजरेटर और इसका बिजली का खर्च अब सिर्फ 20 रुपए रोजाना से भी कम, वो भी लाइफ टाइम वारंटी के साथ। कीमत सिर्फ 29,900 रुपए से।
Orient.
Yeah, just what the home side wanted again. You have the break. It's so often the case in cricket, whether it's white ball or red ball. Little break in play can often be the undoing for a batsman. So we've got Mohammad Mitten. He's only played a handful of matches himself. This is his 8th. He's got a half century. Dearly love him, the Tigers that is, to get a personal best right here today in this innings. Shaheen back at his favourite end. I think he prefers bowling from the players' pavilion here. We're going to have a no ball, another little under the total. Chris Gaffney from New Zealand just having a little look here. There's Shaheen, but it's gone against the bowler. A lovely bit of cat and mouse from Mohammad Abbas. Come around the wicket, tie it up, bowl very straight, and then give that one a little bit more width to entice the stroke, and it paid off for him. And now a lot for Mahmudullah, who got a start, settled in before lunch, but he's going to have to start all over again.
Yeah, for a batsman it can be very frustrating to face someone like Mohammad Abbas. Have a look at this. Just a little bit wider, maybe an extra bounce, but nothing short from Nazmul Hussain, who was well set. And had to come back and get set again because it was the very first over after the break of lunch. And immediately in his very first over, he picks up a wicket. You're talking about frustration. If a bowler is at you all the time with batsmen stuck on the crease and not even being able to rotate the strike, you would once in a while feel that, yes, can you keep yourself away to play that big booming shot, taking out the bowler. That was the test of temperament required from Nazmul Hussain, but full credit to Mohammad Abbas to bowl in that channel. You mentioned about the 6 maiden overs. You always feel that with his kind of bowling, you expect the batsman to lose his concentration, and that's exactly what happened during that over. He had to restart. They must have discussed in the dressing room, go back and bat the way you've batted so far, leave the ones that is wide of the outside the off stump. Mominul Haq also chased one outside the off stump of the same bowler. Now, these are the little things that needs to be discussed, and discussed over and over again in the dressing room, where the youngsters, there's a blend of youth and experience for Bangladesh in the batting lineup, and they need to understand what is required. It's fine if you get a really good delivery, it's okay, but fingers will be pointed when you play a loose shot after being set, especially. Have a look at the experience. Tamim Iqbal right up there with Mominul Haq, the skipper, Mahmudullah. And it's crucial, so very crucial. These are the top order batsmen. Lichun Das 31 innings, Nazmul Hussain only the 5 innings, Mohammad Midun 14. So it's important once you do get in, especially Mominul Haq, Tamim Iqbal, the likes of Mahmudullah. They need to make that count, because they're missing out some key players. Don't forget that too. That's the message that he has to pass across in the dressing room, so that they can do what is required in the middle. Good over from Shaheen Shah Afridi, 96 for 4.
बाहर सड़क तक आवाज आ रही है, तो रुक क्यों गए? पूरे पाकिस्तान को सुनाओ।
Orient Refrigerator लाइफ-टाइम वारंटी के साथ, कीमत सिर्फ 29,900 रुपए से।
Orient.
Openers blown away early, and then the skipper with Nazmul putting on that half-century stand. It allowed Bangla to feel a bit better about themselves in the dressing room. But they've lost Nazmul Hussain straight after lunch. Couldn't kick on to his pre-lunch score of 44. And now it's down to the 2 M's, Mahmudullah and Mitten. See what they can produce and fight back here post that wicket of Nazmul.
Yeah, it's so very frustrating and disappointing to see. Once you see a partnership in the making, we mentioned about that partnership between Mominul Haq and Nazmul Hussain Shanto when they have added 58. They were playing sensibly, playing with a lot of heart, showing a lot of character, and one fall short gets yourself in trouble and the team in trouble. Again, after that fall of wicket, 33 runs were added between Mahmudullah and Nazmul Hussain Shanto, and he comes back after the luncheon break and throws his bat around, get himself dismissed, and again Bangladesh gets into a spot of bother. Something to learn for the youngsters, because you talk about batting, what about the bowling attack that Bangladesh has? They have 2 seamers who have only played 11 test matches in between them, Abu Jahid and Ibadat Hussain. Have a look at what Mohammad Abbas is doing with the ball. have a look at what he is, where is he bowling, what is his pitch map, what is his line and length. Again, on the money. He's on the stumps all the time. Not short, not full, back of the length, on the good length. That's what you need to do on this kind of a surface. At times you see a youngster getting just carried away, seeing a little bit of green tinge, but he's there all over. Every time he's come on to bowl, he's attacked the stumps, always somewhere around there, trying to hit the top of the off stump.
Sort of inside squirt there. Oh, confusion there. Mahmudullah has come back with a danger end. He wanted it. He called it. And Mitten, this little inside part of the blade, manages to get a couple. Yeah, just see the bat swivel. He's cruising through. I think Mitten thought that was it, but no. Senior pro said, come back, young man. In the end, can't beat cover. 2 off that over. It's 98 for 4.
Coppergat cables, Coppergat से मिले हर चीज फुल.
एक चीज कम, बिजली का बिल.
बस यही चाहिए.
20 मिनट में नहीं, 18 मिनट में बर्फ जमा दी.
ओरिएंट नैनो इन्वर्टर रेफ्रिजरेटर और इसका बिजली का खर्च अब सिर्फ 20 रुपए रोजाना से भी कम, वो भी लाइफ टाइम वारंटी के साथ. कीमत सिर्फ 29,900 रुपए से.
Orient.
He's so on the button so often. He makes you play straight and come forward all the time, and then he bowls the sucker ball. A little bit of extra bounce, a little bit of extra width, and all of a sudden batter finds himself back in the pavilion because he's just so at you, and it only has to be a little bit. Wasn't too wide, but it was so appreciative of what he brings to the table. Yeah, how many times he's just rocking forward here, Muzmal, and he's having to play because it's on around off stump, as you mentioned, Utter, and then that one. Fraction wider, just a bit. That's all it was. And it bounced a bit more. Mahmudullah wanted 2 and he had to hustle. Rizwan couldn't collect.
Yeah, his eyes lit up, Nazmul Hussain Shantha, knowing that it was hard to score off Muhammad Abbas. And you talk about the sucker punch, and it's still a learning curve for any youngster, especially for someone like Nazmul Hussain Shantha. Play against the quality attack, and not only him, the top order also needs to understand the fact that the bowlers will test you with the kind of approach that you make to play each and every delivery, and they need to understand, go back and look the way they have got themselves dismissed. Playing away from the body, there will be a scoring opportunity. It's only the first day of a test match. It's the patience. Patience is the name of the game, especially in this format. And when you do get a start, and there is a break, there was a luncheon break, you've got to start all over again. It's the mindset.
Yeah, I'm liking this too. To their opponent. 2 slips in a gully. A little wasted in terms of direction with that one, but Always thinking, this young fellow.
A bit more pace from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Good carry and bounce to the keeper. A really good mix-up from both these end. He will certainly extract.
Strategy of Abbas and his accuracy. Joy to watch. And then of course that sparingly. Just on about that difference in pace. You look at the averages compared to the two new ball bowlers for Pakistan. So contrasting in many facets.
Oh, back in Bangladesh, you don't really see these kind of surfaces. Yeah, they're trying hard to produce seam-friendly pitches which has got a little bit more bounce and pace, but it has to be a regular feature. I think that's the way to go forward for Bangladesh. Not only coming out for big performance in Test match cricket at home, but also overseas. Now what it does, if you have a similar kind of surface in domestic cricket back home, huge encouragement to produce seam bowlers, because we've produced number of left-arm spinners in the past, Bangladesh. And when you have a regular surface which will give a lot more hope to the youngster who would like to come and bowl quick and extract some movement in the air and off the seam. Oh, short one. I hardly see Mohammad Abbas bowling a short one. Not a bad delivery. And he tried to take... You can get out, and that's exactly what happened to Nazmul Hussain. Coming back to that point that I was trying to make, Danny, producing pitches, bowling friendly pitches, it is also good for the batsmen to improve their skills. We'll come back to that after this. A maiden, 100 for 4.
बाहर सड़क तक आवाज आ रही है तो रुक क्यों गए? पूरे पाकिस्तान को सुनाओ।
pensive looks. Proceedings out there. Misbah gives little away with his emotion. Does Misbah ul Haq. But under that, not bad. Be quietly happy. Dearly love another 1 or 2, wouldn't he? Love to have the opposition 5 or 6 down for about 110. I think globally, the point you're making, Utter, you can elaborate on is, again, pace and bounce, good carry, and developing the skills for the batters.
Yeah, the point that I'm trying to make is that then if you have seam-friendly pitches in domestic competition, it's certainly very encouraging to look to future a bunch of seamers, youngsters trying to bowl quick. They would love to bowl quick on a green surface. But I think what is equally important is for the batsmen to develop their skills how to bat in the first session in the longer format on a surface which is seam friendly, pace and bounce and movement, lateral movement, and it has to start at age group levels, and the school cricket, the college, the universities, domestic competition, and that's where you develop yourself as a player and then make big steps in future to prove a point, score runs, get into the selector's mind, get an opportunity to represent your country. That's a dream for everybody, to make a debut. But how to develop that skill? Mind you, Bangladesh in the final of the ICC Under-19 World Cup, they've done really well in South Africa. I had to get this out. They beat New Zealand, you know. No, really good.
I'm pleased for you.
And for the very first time, Bangladesh are in the finals of the World Cup, Under-19. And that is a huge encouragement and a boost for players back home to see what the youngsters have done. But it's always been difficult because they've played the semi-final in the past, 2016, Bangladesh Under-19s at home. But it's the next step, the next level, when they come on into the national level, into the national team. That's where the real test of character is.
%. Look at that, in a cricket crazy country. Well, let's call the whole subcontinent, really, isn't it? You think of Pakistan, India, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, that region which is so thirsty for cricket. And of course, franchise T20 in the region, and the exposure for youngsters to get opportunities from Bangladesh. Now with the BPL been around since 2012. Yeah, exciting. Another over done and dusted, and the Tigers are 101 for 4.
Orient नैनो इन्वर्टर रेफ्रिजरेटर और इसका बिजली का खर्च अब सिर्फ 20 रुपए रोजाना से भी कम, वो भी लाइफ टाइम वारंटी के साथ। कीमत सिर्फ 29,900 रुपए से।
Orient.
Fans enjoying themselves in the winter sunshine. Temperatures a lot more pleasant now than it was at the start of play. And post lunch, a few more have come in to the stadium. Muhammadullah, talking about T20 and one-day cricket. This man plays a lot of it, and that really was a lovely little stroke.
Yeah, if you're patient enough to wait and stay calm, you will get opportunities to score. Still a little bit wide, but it's managed to hit it and get past through the gap between the gully and point. Picks up a boundary. Well, he managed to shoulder this innings. 24 of 44. Once again, a batsman getting a start.
Yeah, good batting. Talked about rotation. We'll always talk about rotation. Any form of cricket, but certainly in this one, you've been bogged down and put under the hammer by Mohammad Abbas. And you get one that you can pop away past point, backward a point before, then do that. So Mahmudullah 25 now from 45. And Mitten just settling in. He's only got a couple, but he is looking solid. He's faced 18 deliveries. And as I like to call him, particularly with all that white ball cricket around Atta, Mummers. Mahmudullah. Yeah, Mummers needs an ally in this middle order to see what they can do with the sun baking down and help flatten out the pitch, just make it a little bit more placid. Ball is into its 40th over now. Went a little wider on the crease there, Mohammad Abbas. Keep an eye out. Just operating a little bit wider on the crease here, only a fraction. Well, it's whether it's right-handers or left-handers, it doesn't matter. This Sri Lankan series against the right-handers, this is in Karachi, so the last test match where Pakistan won. No surprises in terms of that. 4 for 55 in that first innings. He ends another one. 40 overs bowled and Bangladesh 106 for 4 here.
Orient नैनो इन्वर्टर रेफ्रिजरेटर और इसका बिजली का खर्च अब सिर्फ 20 रुपए रोजाना से भी कम.
Orient.
Full gauge, full current, full voltage. Coppergat cables. बस यही चाहिए.
Two apiece for the opening men. Just wonder when they will be given a break. No. See if they can get a wicket or two. Oh, well played, well watched from Mahmudullah.
We've seen a number of occasions Bangladesh batsmen playing sensibly, playing to the merit of the delivery, and all of a sudden there's a sudden rush of blood. That's where the problem is. They've got to hold their nerves back a little bit more. Also got 100 in the last first-class game. So number of batsmen, 4 in the top order, scoring hundreds in their last first-class games back home. That's well left, no problems. That will frustrate the bowlers, and that's exactly what you need to do. The message you want to pass on to the bowlers: I'm going to make life difficult for you. That's well bowled and nicely watched one more time. That's good batting.
Yeah, extremely watchful and knowing where your off stump is. Batsman will tell you that and know where that is against star quality bowling. And it's so short it might have been a wide. I think it will be, yeah. Chris Gaffney says, look, that's just too short and wide. There's that one for the over.
Yeah, just getting a little bit frustrated here. Knowing that he bowled a really good delivery, the previous one, the one before this, and then the bouncer. Too short. Good work by the keeper.
Oh, there you go, it's a cracker! Another sucker punch! Width on offer, and there's the salute. Shaheen Shah Afridi picks up his third. What a cracker. Shafiq, you little diamond.
That's a stunning catch. Just making sure he's fine. Mahmudullah